What's up, everybody? We got a lot of Saturday football to go here in Week 16 of the NFL season. Sorry, I was just checking on what my dog was doing. He's actually allowed over here right now. I don't usually let him around all my sports shit, but whatever. Anyways, Week 16, Atlanta, 6.5-point road underdogs in Baltimore to face the Ravens. Over under 35 on this one. Atlanta are 1-4 against spread. Unders 4-1. Falcons are 2-6 against spread. Atlanta are 1-4 against spread versus the Ravens. Under is 4-1 their last 5 meetings. Falcons are 2-6 against spread the last 8 overall. Atlanta are 1-5 straight up their last 6 games. Atlanta are 1-9 against spread versus Baltimore. Atlanta are 3-8 straight up versus the Ravens. Falcons are 0-5 straight up their last 5 road games. Atlanta are 1-10 against spread versus the AFC North. Ravens are 1-4 against spread their last 5 overall. Baltimore are 6-2 straight up their last 8 overall. 9 of the last 10 meetings have gone under the total. Each of the Ravens' last 5 home games have gone under the number. Ravens are 5-0 straight up at home versus the Falcons. Baltimore are 16-3 straight up versus the NFC. Desmond Ridder under center again for the Falcons. Tyler Huntley will go for the Ravens with Lamar missing another game. These are 2 of your top 3 rushing offenses in the NFL right now. I still expect Baltimore to control this game. I think that 6.5 is pretty close. I see Baltimore winning this game. I don't know. I see Baltimore winning this game. The spread kind of scares me a little because without Lamar Jackson, I don't know what their offense is going to do. The ground game should keep this game close. I lean Atlanta. I'm not going to play this game with my money, though. I'll be looking for in-game live betting and a lot of props in that game. Buffalo, 8-point road favorites in Chicago to face the Bears. Over under at 40 in this one. The favorites 3-1-1 against the spread. Bills are 2-6 against spread their last 8 overall. Total's gone under in 9 of the last 12 Bills games. Bills have won 5 in a row. The total's gone under in each of Buffalo's last 7 road games. Bills are 1-5 straight up in Chicago. Buffalo are 0-6 against spread versus the NFC North. Bears are 1-4 against spread their last 5 overall. The overs covered in 7 of the Bears' last 8 games. Chicago are 0-5 straight up at home and have lost 7 straight overall. I can read my rating. I apologize. That's how terrible I write. Well, I posted a few pics. You guys have seen it. 5 of the Bears' last 6 games versus AFC teams have gone over. Temperature below 0 shouldn't affect either team. They're both used to playing in the cold and in the snow, etc. The Bears have the NFL's best rushing attack. The weather could force this. I don't know. As long as it doesn't snow or it isn't too windy, I don't think it's really going to affect either team that much or their game plans. I think the Bears are going to run this ball a lot. I think they're going to do a decent job defensively like they did last week against the Eagles. And I see the Bills winning this game something like 27-20, maybe 24-17. I see them winning the game easily by a touchdown, 5 points, but I don't like that 8. I'm on the Bears on the point spread. I will be betting that, and I will be parlaying the Bills on the money line with another favorite, possibly. I don't know. But I will be looking for them 2 things. I will be hammering the props in this game and in-game betting as well. Cincinnati, 3-point road favorites in New England to face the Patriots. Over under 41.5 on this one. The over is 4-0 the last 4 meetings in New England and 4-1 the last 5 versus. Cincy are 1-6 against spread versus the Patriots. Home team's 4-1 against spread the last 5 times these 2 teams have played. Bengals have covered 6 straight games and won 6 in a row. Cincy are 1-6 against spread versus New England. Bengals are 1-7 straight up versus the Patriots. Cincy are 6-1 against spread their last 7 road games. Bengals are 0-7 straight up in New England. Cincy are 14-2 against spread versus the AFC. Patriots are 17-3 straight up versus the AFC North. New England are 2-7 against spread as a dog, as my dog's bouncing behind my back. This game scares me. I'm not going to bet it. I might put A little sprinkle on New England on the spread. I think Cincinnati wins this game, though. That's why this number kind of sits at, I could see Cincy winning by 3 exactly in this game. I don't know what to make of it. I'll be looking more at in-game betting on that total and the money line as that game progresses. Detroit in Carolina to face the Panthers. Lions, 2.5-point road favorites. 43.5 is the over-under. Home teams 4-1 against spread. Underdogs 6-2 against the spread. Lions are 7-0 against spread their last 7 overall and 6-1 straight up. Detroit 2-7 straight up versus Carolina. Lions are 3-12-1 straight up their last 16 road games. Detroit 0-5 straight up in Carolina. 9 of the Lions' last 11 games versus NFC teams have gone over the number. Panthers are 4-1 against spread their last 5 overall. Carolina are 5-15 straight up their last 20 games. Panthers are 4-10 against spread their last 14 games at home. I just don't see how the Panthers can keep up with the Lions' offense, and I don't see how the Panthers can totally shut out the Lions' offense. I'm going to be putting a couple bucks on Detroit to win and cover the spread. Maybe it's a Detroit parlay to go along with my earlier one of Baltimore. Houston at Tennessee. Tennessee, 3-point home favorites, 35.5. The over-under on this one. The under's 5-1 the last 6 meetings in Tennessee. Home teams 9-4 against spread. Texans are 15-7-1 against spread their last 23 versus the Titans. Houston are 3-6 against spread their last 9 overall. Texans have lost 9 games in a row. Houston are 12-6 against spread versus Tennessee. Texans are 1-5 straight up versus Tennessee. Houston are 1-7 their last 8 road games straight up. Texans are 0-5 versus the AFC. Houston are 4-1 against spread versus the AFC South. Titans ran for 314 yards in their week 8 win over Houston, 17-10. Malik Willis, he will start at QB for Tennessee, I'm hearing. I'd love Tennessee to win this game. I know they bit me a few times, but I think they're definitely the better team. And 3 points is too small to go on a lot of them trends for me with Houston. I think a lot of those spreads were a lot larger than 3 points, especially the fact that they're in Tennessee. I like Derrick Henry. I'll be leaning on some Henry props. I'll be playing Tennessee to win and cover this spread. Don't bite me, little buddy. New Orleans, 3-point road dogs in Cleveland to face the Browns. Over under 32 in this one. The underdogs 5-0 against spread. The road team's 4-1 against spread. Saints are 1-4 against the spread. New Orleans are 3-6 against spread their last 9 overall. 6 of the Saints' last 7 games have gone under the total. New Orleans are 4-9 straight up their last 13. Saints are 1-5 against spread versus Cleveland. New Orleans are 2-11 straight up versus Cleveland. Saints are 0-5 straight up on the road. New Orleans are 1-4 against spread their last 5 versus the AFC North. 4 of the Browns' last 5 games have gone under the total. 8 of Cleveland's last 10 games versus NFC have gone under the total. Browns are 8-1 against spread versus the NFC South. Last 5 December games for Cleveland have gone under. Browns are 14-6 straight up their last 20 games as faves. Cleveland have averaged 168.7 rushing yards per game their last 3 wins. Saints struggle to stop the run, allow an average of 4.6 yards per carry. New Orleans have a league low 10 takeaways, only 3 INTs on the season. Is this what I'm dealing with? My dog biting on my thumb the whole time I'm doing this video. So if I seem a little distracted today, I apologize. Keep an eye on Nick Chubb's status. He is dealing with a foot injury, and I believe he will play. The last I saw is he is going to play. So I don't know how serious that ankle is, but I like Cleveland in this game. I'm not going to bet my money, but I would pick Cleveland by the field goal. I think that number is dead on. I think it's going to come close to the 32 over-under and to that 3-point spread. I'll take Cleveland as small home favorites, and I'm not even going to look at this game at all. I'm not going to put any money on it. I'm not going to in-game live it. Unless something really crazy happens off the start, then I might jump on it, like that Minnesota Colts game last week. It wasn't a bad idea to put a little sprinkle on Minnesota once they fell behind. What was it, 14-17, nothing? I can't remember when I did. But anyways, that's the type of thing that maybe I do put a little sprinkle on. Once I got down 33 at half, I thought my money was gone. But whatever, it is what it is. New York Giants. in Minnesota to face the Vikings. Vikings are 4-point home favorites, over under 48 in this one. Fav is 6-0 against the spread. The under is 4-1 the last 5 meetings. Giants are 8-3 against spread, their last 11 overall. New York are 3-6 against spread versus the Vikings and 0-7 straight up. Giants are 5-1 against spread, their last 6 road games. New York are 1-4 straight up in Minnesota. Vikings are 10-2 straight up, their last 12 overall. Mini are 8-1 straight up their last 9 home games. Vikings are 1-6 against spread versus NFC teams. Which Vikings team will show up? Like I just talked about, the one that fell behind 33-0 at halftime, or the one who came back and won that fucking game, the biggest comeback in NFL history. I'm going to start doing more videos where I actually talk about this shit, because I'm just pressed for time with how busy my schedule is until I finalize this divorce, get my place, get out of my brother's here, get going on a bunch of shit, get my businesses going. Well, this show is one of my businesses I'm going to get going, and my drone business as well. And yeah, I'm going to start putting out shows. I'm going to start talking about shows. I'm going to start doing live. I'm just going to randomly start going live once in a while on like Insta, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is. One of the socials, Twitter, during games and shit. I'm really going to bump this up come springtime in the 2023, April or May. Watch for a lot of changes. I'll be editing shit. I'll be getting my graphics set up and all that shit. Moving forward, waiting to finalize this divorce before I can really do a lot. My hands are kind of tied right now. So hopefully that all settles quickly. We're looking into mediation. So hopefully we can get this dealt with quick and painless for us, both me, my ex, and our 3 kids. Minnesota, I like Minnesota to win this game. I think they're the better team. I think the Giants will keep this close. The Vikings, I believe, have won 10 games this year by 1 score or less. The Giants, they've won 8 games by 1 score or less this season. So this says to me it's going to be a tight 1-score game. I'll take Minnesota by a field goal in this one, but I'm not going to put much money on it. Just a little sprinkle. Seattle in Kansas City. Chiefs 10-point home favorites, over under 49 on this one. Seattle are 0-4 against spread in Kansas City. Home teams 4-1 against spread. Seahawks are 2-7 against spread versus the Chiefs. Over hit in each of the last 5 meetings between these two. Seattle's 0-5 against spread, their last 5 overall, and 1-4 straight up. Seahawks are 6-13 straight up versus KC. Seattle are 1-12 straight up in KC. Chiefs are 1-4 against spread their last 5 games. KC are 7-1 straight up their last 8 overall. Chiefs are 13-2 straight up at home and are 5-0 against spread versus the NFC. Tyler Lockett out for Seattle. I don't know. The Chiefs haven't done so hot against the spread. Is this the game where they just blow a team out finally? I definitely like Kansas City to win this game. I am not going to play this number. I don't like sitting 10 on that one on either side. If I were to lean, I might lean Seattle to keep this to an 8, 9, 10-point game, but this game kind of scares me as well. This is an in-game live betting for me. Washington in San Fran, the talk of everybody, the 49ers and Brock Purdy. 2 starts with that great defense and team. Niners are 7-point home favorites, over under 37.5 on this one. Underdogs 4-0 against the spread. Washington are 3-0-2 against spread in San Fran. Road teams 5-1-1 against the spread. Unders 5-1 their last 6 meetings. Commanders are 6-2-1 against spread their last 9 overall and 6-2-1 straight up with that tie versus the Giants. Washington are 5-13 straight up versus San Fran. Commanders are 4-1 against spread on the road. Washington 7-2 against spread versus the NFC West. San Fran are 0-5 against spread their last 5 games. Niners have won 7 straight games now. San Fran, they're 10-1 straight up at home. Niners are 3-9 against spread their last 12 games in December. San Fran's 5-1 against spread as a home favorite. I don't know what to make of this game, and that's mainly because of Washington, and I'm hearing rumors that if Heineke doesn't step up offensively, they might actually go back to Carson fucking Wentz. I definitely like San Fran to win this game. I just don't think they cover the spread. I think Washington does enough to keep this close. I think they have enough weapons to do so, even though they might not be playing the best. as of right now, all 4 NFC East teams would qualify for the playoffs. I think Washington has a lot to play for, where San Fran's basically just sitting like one of the playoff teams. They've already locked up their division, which guarantees them home field, except if they have to play the Eagles. Hopefully both them teams can make it a ways. I actually kind of hope it's Dallas-Philly in the conference finals, and Dallas takes care of San Fran before that Philly matchup even happens. But that's just sort of what I'm hoping because of that NFC East rivalry. No disrespect meant to the Niners. It's strictly because of that rivalry between the Eagles and Cowboys and how sweet that would feel as an Eagles fan, well, or as a Cowboys fan, whichever side would win. I don't think the Cowboys have a fucking chance against us, but anyways, that would be fucking amazing. I like San Fran to win, Washington to cover the spread. I'm probably going to put a little sprinkle on both them things, but I'm not going to play that too hard. That'll be props and in-game betting. Raiders, 2.5-point road dogs in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, 2.5-point home favorites, over under 38.5 on this one. I'm not going to touch on all the sad passing that happened with O'Hara, the big celebration of the catch coming up, the 50th catch. They're scheduling this game. He's going to make an appearance. Oh, man. Just sad. But anyways, underdogs 5-0 against spread. Raiders are 5-0 against spread. My condolences to the family, though. That is for sure. And I will like to talk on that a lot more. I'm very opinionated on a lot of fucking things, so I will definitely be going forward with this show. It'll be more than just feeding you guys the stats and my favorite picks. I'm going to be broadening out a lot, like I said, come April, May, and the spring of 2023. Watch out for that. Raiders are 6-2 against spread versus AFC teams. Vegas 4-1 straight up versus Pittsburgh. Raiders are 4-1 straight up and against spread their last 5 overall. Steelers are 6-3 against spread their last 9 overall. Pitt are 1-7 straight up versus the AFC. I'm not going to bet this game. Josh Jacobs props. I'll probably play a couple props in this one. Raiders win by a field goal. That's what I'm going to say, but I probably won't play that. Last game of the Saturday slate. It's not actually the last game. The Raiders-Pitt is the late one, but Philadelphia Eagles is the game I talk about last in every fucking show. Eagles, 4.5-point road dogs. Last I checked, that number's probably up to 5.5 by the time you guys see this video, maybe even a 6 without Jalen Hurts playing. At Dallas, face the Cowboys, 4.5-point home favorites who are dealing with some injuries themselves. Trayvon Diggs is a little banged up. Micah Parsons is a little banged up. Micah Parsons running his mouth a week and a half ago. Could that be why they lost last week? I believe it is. They're too focused on this game on Christmas Eve with the Eagles that they basically made this game irrelevant because the Eagles just need one win in their last 3 games and the Cowboys need a win out. So a lot of the hype is gone, but it's Dallas Eagles Christmas Eve day. So there's, what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be watching that game start to fucking finish, drinking some Appleton, smoking some fucking blunts, and fucking getting crunked all fucking Christmas Eve. I don't see my kids till Christmas Day, so I'll kind of be by myself all that day anyways. Eagles are 0-4 against spread in Dallas. Overs 4-0 the last 4 meetings. Home team 7-1 against spread. Faves 4-1 against spread. Overs 5-2 their last 7 meetings in Dallas. 7 of Philly's last 9 games have gone over the total. Eagles have won 5 in a row. Philly are 3-7 straight up and against spread their last 10 versus Dallas. Eagles are 7-0 straight up on the road this year. Philly are the last 7 on the road, sorry. Philly are 1-5 against spread in Dallas. Dallas are 2-4 against spread their last 6 overall. The boys are 7-0 straight up their last 7 home games. Dallas are 5-1 against spread versus Philly in Dallas. Boys are 1-5-1 against spread at home on Saturdays. I'm stretching for one there, right? Eagles won at home 26-17 in week 6. That's when Dallas didn't have Prescott. Now the tables have flipped completely. The Eagles don't have Hurts, and Dallas is playing, and they're in Dallas. Could this be another 26-17 score? Just Dallas wins at 26-17 this week? I don't know, man. Eagles lead the league in sacks with 55. They could become the first team in NFL history with 4 players to record 10 or more sacks in a season. They've got Reddick with 12, Hargrave 10, Sweat 9.5, and Graham at 8.5. So 1.5 sacks from Graham and a half a sack from Sweat, and they will set an NFL record. They're closing in, and Fletcher Cox has 6 as well. They got 5 guys with 5+ sacks. I don't know that any other team has that. If Hurts has one more rushing touchdown this year, Philly will become the second team ever to have 2 players with 11 rushing TDs in a season, and the first since the 1960 Packers. Man, this is going to be a fun game. Not as fun as it was going to be with all the injuries and possible players sitting out on both sides, but Dallas has had the Eagles numbered the last 10 meetings, the last few games in Dallas as well. I think Dallas ekes this one out. I think this is a field goal game. I actually think Dallas is going to win because these two teams to split the series is nothing new. I've been an Eagles fan since 1981 Super Bowl when they lost to the Raiders. 81 or 82, 81 I believe it was the season. But anyway, so that's how far back my Eagles fandom goes. If any of you guys were wondering, Carmichael and shit, first player I remember seeing in the NFL, and that's when I became an Eagles fan. Jaws, obviously, etc., etc. But anyways, Dallas to win this game by a field goal, unfortunately, and then the Eagles went out. Rest your fucking starters, rest your fucking vets. You just need one win. You'll get it easy against New Orleans next week. More incentive. You own their fucking first-round draft pick. Keep that a top 7 and add depth to that defensive line in the draft. Good luck, everybody. Again, I'm going to be putting out a lot of shit. I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of people to be like endorsement ambassadors and whatnot. Any of you sports books out there or gambling shows out there or whatever want to reach out, I'm more than willing. Starting 2023 January, I'm going to be starting to do this a lot more and concentrate and focus a lot more of my time and effort on this. Good luck, everybody. Peace.